know the feeling of being tangled up in the hassle of managing countless identity proofs, dealing with KYC processes, and wrestling with those financial documents? It's a common challenge whether you are running a business or just trying to keep your own ship sailing smoothly. I'm Ankita Pahwa, and you're watching Follow Startups. Today we have with us Vijay Chhutani, the co-founder and CTO of Zoop.one, which is a one identity platform on a mission to revamp KYC and customer onboarding processes for businesses. He's here with me to chat us on how he is simplifying and smartening things up with their innovative solutions at Zoop.one. Hi Vijay, welcome to Follow Startups.
Hey, hi Ankita, thanks for having me. Looking forward to the discussion. Yeah.
Yes. Vijay, so before we talk about everything that Zoop.one is, please tell us something about yourself. Our audience would love that.
Okay. Myself, Vijay Chhutani. I mostly look after product and technology within Zoop, right? Mostly started kind of working with SSN. That's where it related with Aadhaar when it translated to India. When I met my
Oh,
co-founder Ritesh, so we were discussing how we can solve problems using Aadhaar, like how it can help solving problems using Aadhaar, right? And telecom was something that was booming at that point of time, right? So that background of mine in SSN kind of gave me an idea that Aadhaar can solve problems similarly how it is solving problems in US, right? Specifically with digital onboarding, right? So that was the kind of crux where I understood that this is a field where we can work. So that's my background, and that's what I do at Zoop.
that's lovely. Okay, now let's dig into the essence of Zoop.one. So while I was reading through your work, it struck me just how multifaceted Zoop is. So walk me through the core of your platform and its offerings.
So Zoop majorly started with APIs and SDK as their first product line, right? The idea there was to actually solve problems of other businesses, how they onboard the customer. So when we broadly term Zoop, right, what we say is that we solve the problem of trust. How one company trusts another company, how one individual can trust another individual, how a company can trust an individual when they are onboarding them, right? So through our solutions of verifying individuals and verifying companies, verifying their assets, right? That's where kind of was our core of our product, which started 5 years back. Right from there, we have come a long way. Right now, we serve almost more than 40 plus APIs and SDKs for businesses to onboard their customers, verify their information, and also kind of do a lot of AI and ML based checks so that they can ensure that the person they are onboarding they can trust, and then they can provide services faster. So that kind of sums up our core vertical, which is Zoop Stack. Okay.
Okay.
Around a year back, right, we started two more things. So one is a SaaS platform for signing documents. So the idea was to not just sign documents, but to give a complete life cycle of a document, from creating documents to tracking it to actually signing it when it's needed. So that whole platform, we call it as Zoop Sign today. Okay. Then there is another vertical which was our venture into kind of B2C, right? So it was an interesting one. So when we actually started looking into the problems, what we realized, a lot of companies were solving for the businesses. But when you look at an individual, how they face problems submitting data today, right? So if I ask you what proofs are required to do a lot of applications, right? So it's usually your proof of address, proof of identity, and your financial proof, right? Moreover, some of your educational certificates might be required. So if you want to make a loan, same data. If you want to make a credit card application, same data. If you want to apply for visa, almost same data except tickets, right? So as an individual, we kept submitting the same documents, and every time we had to those submit those documents, we have to find, okay, where is my Aadhaar card, where is my like, so, and then we take a photograph, and then we realize, okay, the photograph is not clear, let's do it again, and all those things, right? So that's where we thought, why not give users a repository where they can keep their important documents, right? These documents are verified, these documents are pre-categorized, so when they actually want to share it, they can be submitted easily, right? So that's where we launched our B2C application called as Zoop Wallet. So Zoop Wallet has a much broader vision behind it, which actually combines how DigiLocker and UPI works today.
So is it similar to DigiLocker where we can just securely store all our identity proofs under one digital roof? Does it do the same thing as a DigiLocker or is there something? more that you offer?
So DigiLocker is actually a very big component of Zoop Wallet. So I would say, if you look at the journey of how Beam came into picture, right? How UPI came into picture. So what UPI did was it solved the problem of transferring money from point A to point B, like your account to another account without having too much of friction, right? So if you look at DigiLocker today, it solves that problem to some extent, right? But when you look at PhonePe, what it did is it created a layer on top of UPI, right? And then created a lot of products on top of it that user can get quickly. You can apply for insurance, you can make payments very, very easily, right? So that is how our story translates when we compare Zoop Wallet and DigiLocker. So DigiLocker we can call is like the Beam, the government version of things, and Zoop Wallet is our version of the things where it's not only limited to DigiLocker. We are connecting with many more other sources. So for an example, you can actually link your Gmail there and get important documents from Gmail, your flight tickets, your credit card bills, your bank statements, all automatically come into your wallet. They are categorized automatically into the right categories and you have access to them instantly, right? We are also planning to connect to Health Locker, which is being launched by government. So your health records will automatically come into the wallet. So you go to a clinic or you go to a hospital and your prescription and your reports will automatically be pushed to Zoop Wallet itself. So that's kind of one of the goal, to create a unified system. And we are not trying to become like Google Drive. Also, I would say the idea is to actually have your important documents that create value for you. So tomorrow you can submit these documents in a single click and get various services. So you can apply a single click KYC for a credit card, single click KYC for account opening. So you don't have to like fiddle between multiple apps, multiple sources to get those documents, then upload again, and then they'll take time to verify. So being in the KYC business and being in the verification business, right, what we realized is the data that is required is same a lot of times. It's just making it easy for users to submit can help a lot.
It sounds like something I should download right now. Zoop Wallet. How many customers have already come on board utilizing Zoop Wallet today, and where is it available? Is it available on app stores and play stores?
Okay, so it's available on both right now, App Store and Play Store, right? So we launched for Android first, and App Store, like iOS is catching up to that. So we'll have a lot of features that are in on Android will soon be available on iOS also. So that's there. And if I talk about the adoption, so we are beyond 3 lakh downloads now. Like recently, I was discussing with the team, so we will soon cross actually 10 lakh documents added on the platform also.
What I understood is, okay, so Zoop Stack, Zoop Sign, Zoop Wallet, Zoop seems to offer a comprehensive suite of solutions. So my question is, which product is currently grabbing the most attention or perhaps resonating the most with your widest customer base today?
So before answering that, right? So when you said like that, we have these three components, right? So in future, all of this will start talking to each other and it will create an ecosystem for data submission from users to business, getting your documents signed digitally. So all of will actually combine into a common ecosystem. That's how we project it, right? Now answering your question, right? Which one has the most traction in the market, right? So definitely Zoop Stack. We started it long time back. We have a lot of products under that umbrella, right? Right now we are serving approximately 320 plus businesses there who use our services to onboard their customers, and it ranges from like fintech to small startups.
Could you break down your target audience for all of us? I mean, with a lineup of products like SoupStack, SoupTime, Soup Wallet, it sounds like you are catering to various audiences from a diverse group. Okay, so can you like break it down for us and tell us how Zoop's diverse offering connect with different target groups?
So let's start with Stack, right? So for Stack, our major focus is always businesses who want to simplify their onboarding, simplify their processes, right, of getting data, verifying data. So there, the biggest market segment for us is also BFSI because it's regulated. It requires a lots of checks. But if we talk about a lot of other segments, right, insurance is actually one of our biggest segments, and then comes like gaming. So in online gaming also, right? So today when you actually win some money and then you want that money to be transferred to your account, you need to give your details to be verified. Then we have background verification companies. So the products were designed to kind of serve a lot of horizontal use cases But what we do is we dig down deep in a vertical time to time to make cater more deeper offerings for them. So that's how we kind of target our customers in Stack. Okay, now coming to Zoop Sign, right? So Zoop Sign, the initial target audience, since it's a platform that is starting its monetization very soon, right? So the initial target audience is actually small businesses and freelancers and individuals, right? Who actually want to kind of track their documents, who want to do get their contract signed, who want to even manage their contracts at a single place and have historical view, and also kind of there are some new AI features coming for them which will help them draft the contracts easily in the future also. So that's where kind of our target audience is. And Zoop Sign might be your first product which will actually start a global journey. So it is built with keeping a global audience in mind. So that would be kind of a focus there. So Zoop Wallet, like now coming back to Zoop Wallet one, right? The B2C product, right? So it also has two customer segments, right? So one we call it B2C, right? So B2C, where individuals like you and me will use this wallet. So we are not planning to kind of monetize this, at least at the moment, right? Because most of the services that you get from scanning apps in the market and DigiLocker and actually more on top of that will always be free for the users, right? And then as we kind of go ahead and bring more advanced features, we might create a B2C monetization strategy for India or also outside India, right? And then there's another segment of customers, we call them partners in this case, where let's say a credit card partner comes on board. So now, as a user, when you want to make an application for a credit card, you can just choose the credit card partner, click on application, through the application process. All your documents are ready. You don't need to upload them again. They will be submitted quickly. What we are trying to create here is a consent driven platform. So as a user, right, as an individual, they are always going to be our primary focus, right? So they should have control over their data, then what they want to submit, how they want to submit, and whom they want to submit this to. And also keep a record of this, like for what purpose this was submitted, right? So if I ask you today, where have you submitted your pan card in last, let's say, 1 year, it's very hard to recall, right? Like we keep giving our pan cards to agents and these things, right? So that is what also we are solving here. So whenever you will share your documents, be it to an individual or to a business, right, it will create a entry for you, an audit log for you, that okay, whom you shared the documents and for what purpose these documents were shared.
That's great, Vijay. I'm also really eager to get a grasp of Zoop Stack, which is the KYC platform that you mentioned and the driving force of your offerings. So tell us some of the ways in which Zoop Stack is making its mark in real life situation. Like what are some of its standout use cases?
Definitely. So I think if we look at the biggest use case, right, which is lending in the market. So when we want loan, right, so initially what used to happen is we used to submit the document. It used to take good amount of time for people to verify those documents. So the time for getting a loan was much, much longer. So now what's happening is with digital solution like ours, right? What Zoop Stack offers, you can verify identity, you can verify financials of a user, you can verify bank account of a user, right? So using these offerings, what happens is when individuals today apply for loan, right, their information get verified instantly, and that creates a trust between the user and the company, and the loan processing has shortened because of that. So that's one of the definitely the biggest use cases that is served by our company. So another use case that is very very popular is the finance industry, like auto financing, where you are trying to actually get an insurance for your vehicle, right? So there also we help companies kind of verify the assets, verify the vehicles that users have, right? So that's like another business vertical, or I would say industry that we cater heavily. Gaming is something that we picked up during pandemic because at pandemic people were like sitting at home, they had a lot of additional time, so people started playing a lot of online games, right? And there was an influx of companies for like playing cricket games, for actually betting onto football games and all those things, right? So there also you want some regulation, right? So wherever regulation comes into picture, we also come into picture. Let's say you joined a company, right? And then they want to verify your background, where you worked in the past. Are your documents correct or not, right? So your company will actually contact a background verification company, right? And that background verification company actually uses our products, uses our services to kind of verify those documents digitally. So we also integrate with a lot of different system integrators or system providers that provide systems to banks and fintechs and also other companies for background verification. So as I said earlier also, right, it's a very horizontal kind of scenario for us. Wherever you want to create trust, we can pitch in. Zomato wants to verify a driver, we can actually pitch in there. And any kind of use case where there's a verification required, our products fit.
So mostly you mentioned insurance, BFSI, gaming, retail, travel, like basically all the industries where customer onboarding can be an intricate process, right? So can you give me a glimpse of some of your existing customers from these markets?
If I talk about insurance industry, right? So look at phone pay, Paytm, and Tata AIG. So we work with a lot of big customers there, right? When we talk about kind of banking industry, we work with ICICI, we work with Yes Bank. So definitely that's also there. So these are like mostly our big customers. There's a lot of kind of small industry customers are also there, like who actually verify businesses. So think of any retail chain that wants to onboard different franchises. So those are also there. So to name a few, I would say we started working with Big Basket sometime back.
That's great, Vijay. Okay, so when it comes to progress, tell me, where does Zoop.one find itself today? What's the current stage it's at?
So we are at a growth stage today. If like we talk about pure terminology in how startups talk, right? So we are at growth stage. When we started initially, we were a little bit more conservative. The idea was to actually become a profitable startup first and build kind of sustainability. We have been profitable for a long time now. And now, like since last year, we have kind of put our pedal onto the growth itself and expanding into multiple verticals, and also kind of trying new products into the market. And specifically in stack also, we have a lot of new products that are coming soon.
And where is your company headquartered, Vijay?
So right now we are based out of Pune, right? So it's in Viman Nagar, Pune, based out of Panchsheel Business Park.
So are you also serving customers on an international scale at the moment?
So right now, we have some international customers that have come into India and set up their businesses. Like they are based internationally, but actually they are catering to Indian audiences. So that's what we serve. But if we talk about serving use cases outside India, not yet. And as I said, Zoop Sign will be a first product to kind of start exploring other countries. We are looking at Dubai and Southeast Asia.
So, speaking of Zoop Sign, I'm curious about the distinction between Zoop Stack's e-sign solution and Zoop Sign. Like, how do these offerings differ?
So the Zoop Stack eSign started first as a product, right? The idea was to actually simplify the journey of contract signing when you are taking loan or when you are getting onboarded into any kind of investment apps, right? So then you need to sign a contract with them. So to simplify the user's journey, so they can sign digitally using Aadhaar or OTP, right? So from there, we moved on to and created a separate team for Zoop Sign, right? And this team now focuses on the complete end-to-end journey of the document. So it's a separate SaaS platform that people like you, me, and small businesses can sign up and use. So it's actually it actually goes away from signing and ventures into the complete life cycle of a document. So think of it like I, as a founder, want to send a pitch deck to multiple people, right? Multiple investors that might be interested in my company, right? And then I want to understand their interests. So with ZoopSign platform, I can actually upload the my PPT, or I can actually upload the PDF of my PPT and create a link and share with the investors. Now, as investors are looking into this document, I get real-time analytics that who is looking into my document, at what time they opened it, how much time they have spent on certain slide. Are they looking at my product more or the finance more? right? So that I understand what kind of interest they might have in my company. And let's say if they stopped looking at it for a couple of months and then they suddenly opened the PPT again and they are looking at it 2 3 times more, right? I understand that they might be interested again. So this kind of gives you analytical power as a user, right, to understand how your documents are being consumed. And HR sharing an offer letter, right, they can also understand that if the user has kind of read the offer letter, when did they open the offer letter, how many times they opened the offer letter, right? And as an individual, we can also send our resumes and understand if HR is actually opening it or not, right? So that is where kind of the power of analytics combined with documents kind of comes into picture, right? And then Zoop Sign is kind of also experimenting with some AI features where we will help create documents faster, help also highlight the critical parts of a contracts which you need to pay more attention to, right? So these are all features that kind of make it as a holistic platform that small businesses and individuals and freelancers can use.
Vijay, I recall our pre-interview chat where you mentioned that what UPI did for money, we are doing for data, right? And with every passing moment in this conversation, that statement is becoming even more clearer. Since Zoop.one works with data extensively, I'm keen to understand what role does security play in your system?
So this kind of reminds me of a previous question. I was actually talking to someone and they said, "What keeps you up at night?" And I said, "Security, definitely." So I'd say security, like when you're a company who's dealing with data, security becomes of paramount importance to you, right? And so we also treat security as kind of one of our core pillar of the company itself. That even every individual who's working in the company has to understand every product from a security point of view. So that's first, right? Other than that, we have been a no storage company from the start. So whatever data we process, right, we don't actually store it. So that was kind of the whole goal of building stack. So where we don't become the repository of data, we are only the verifier of data. We are only the gateway, and that has also led us close a lot of big customers and build trust with them. On a level up, we are also going for ISO. So right now, as we talk, right, the ISO certification process is in progress. So we'll be ISO certified soon, and we are planning to go for SOC 2 and GDPR in coming years. Yeah.
So, if we talk about today with AI shifting a lot of industries, what are your thoughts? How does it impact Zoop.one as a business?
So I think with the influx of LLMs, large language models, Chat GPT, and all, right, it definitely has shifted how we do a lot of things. And we also kind of started looking into at a very early stage, right? So we have been doing AI and ML solutions, for example, face match, face liveness, where I can actually know if a person sitting in front of the camera is a live person or not, right? Another product that is going on in kind of research phases, if someone tries to do Photoshop on the ID card, how can we detect that, right? How we can actually detect tampering with the ID cards, tampering with the documents itself. In addition to it, we started incorporating AI into both our Zoop Sign and Zoop Wallet products also. So I already briefed a little bit about how AI will help draft contracts faster. It will also help you kind of understand if the contract is in your favor or not, and all those things, right? On the Zoop Wallet side, AI is going to play a very vital role, right? So we are actually I'll give you a very kind of quick use case of what we are trying to achieve there, right? So right now we are in a process of integrating Gmail, and we are kind of waiting for the approval from Google team there, right? So once the Gmail is integrated, what actually is going to happen is, let's say, as soon as you enable Gmail inside Zoop Wallet, right? So once you go and book a ticket on Make My Trip for Dubai, let's say for after a month you are traveling to Dubai and you booked a ticket, right? As soon as you book a ticket to Dubai, that ticket will come into your email, and from your email it will directly come into your wallet, right? So once it reaches your wallet, right, the AI will understand that okay, this ticket is actually for Dubai, right? And it will suggest you what other documents you might need for your visa process, right? And so that you can actually get those documents and complete your visa process faster. As soon as you book your hotel, it will automatically group your documents for tickets and your hotel into a virtual folder called as Dubai. So your Dubai travel for next month, and you don't have to even put your documents in a folder and manage it yourself. That is how AI is going to kind of change how people use their documents, how people kind of manage their documents. And a far-fetched, I would say not far-fetched, we already did some POCs there, is actually to be able to allow users to talk with their documents. So they can ask questions like, okay, what is the PNR of my next flight to Dubai, right? So it automatically just gives you the PNR. You don't even need to open the document. You can ask questions like, in my last 4 blood reports, how my sugar has improved, right? Or has my sugar has improved, and it will tell you that, okay, yes, it has improved or it has fallen down. So that is the kind of power AI can bring with your documents for individuals, right? And Zoop Wallet is trying to tap into that power and kind of bring it to the users.
Let's talk about the big picture now. How does Zoop.one's revenue model comes together with such a diverse offering tailored for different target groups?
So Stack has been a subscription. I would say, moreover, you can actually buy plans. So it has prepaid plans where companies come and buy prepaid plans, and it's a per transaction model. The more verifications you do, the amount is getting deducted from your wallet. The more larger volume you have, per transaction volume decreases. So it's volume driven pricing there. Combined with prepaid plans. So there is a dashboard where people can kind of just come in, sign up, look at our products, and talk to our team, try those products, and then just make the payment and start using it, right? With Zoop Sign, the business model is going to be subscription based, like your yearly, quarterly, and monthly subscriptions, where users can have subscription based on how much they want to kind of send, how many documents they want to send for tracking, or how many documents they want to sign, and all those things, right? So that's going to be the model of Zoop Sign. And with Zoop Wallet, at least in India, what we are trying to do is we are trying to create a platform where other use cases can be built on top of it. So let's say I, as a company, if I take example of Bajaj Finserv, right? If they want to sell their EMI card, they can come on to Zoop Wallet as a offering, right? And they can integrate with Zoop Wallet. So whenever someone kind of wants to get an EMI card, their documents get submitted quickly. The process becomes faster for the end user as well as business, and we make some money in between, right? So it becomes a platform. So that is going to be the model. And if, let's say, you are a power user and you don't want any use cases, there we are experimenting with a B2C kind of monetization strategy, which we might launch for India and even outside India, where you want to use wallet as a pure productivity application for your managing your documents and kind of understanding your own data.
So, would you be open to sharing some key metrics or business numbers that can help us understand the growth story of Zoop.one?
We are catering to more than 320 plus businesses in production today, right? If I talk about how many verifications we have helped them do, so it's in the range of approximately 150 million verifications that we have performed in last 12 months for these businesses. It kind of combines all the verifications from asset, from businesses, and from individual verifications. As Zoop Sign is kind of a new product, it's in the freemium model today, but there are approximately 200 active customers who are trying our freemium at the moment. And for Zoop Wallet, the numbers I have already shared, that we are at 300k plus downloads, and we'll have our one first, like, we'll soon touch 1 million documents in the wallet itself.
Tell us what's the update on your current funding status and if you are looking for any funding opportunities now.
So we got our angel round in 2017 by CIO Angels, right? And as I said, opposed that we became profitable. So the idea was to actually build a sustainable business first. So we started looking into that. But now, as Sign and Wallet comes into picture, definitely, and Stack is driving the development of these. For driving the growth, yes, we have started looking into next funding round. So we are looking for Series A now. Okay, and we have already started talking to some investors, and it's like just finding the right match for us. Yeah.
So now let's shift our focus a bit. Can you share some insights on your co-founder, Mr. Ritesh Kothari? Like, what's his background and what led him to embark on this journey with you?
So Ritesh actually comes from a business background, right? So his actually past experience was into supply chain and business management mostly. So he's worked with companies like Eco Solutions and different other providers in the logistics space, right? He mostly looks after the business side of the things, okay, and I mostly look after the tech side of the things. So we started this journey. So when we were trying to solve the same problem, so he was looking to solve the problem of getting a SIM card. So that's a problem that he faced himself. Like while trying to get a SIM card, it took him 3 days while it was very urgent, right? At that point of the time. So we built our product for telecom first, actually. And while we were building for the telecom, the idea was to actually build a retail network with that product. But then someone came to us and said that I want just the KYC piece. And that's where we realized that yes, KYC is not just needed in telecom, it's needed in a lot of other places. And that was kind of our first pivot at a very early stage of the product, where we kind of started providing solutions in the KYC space. Yep. So Ritesh today kind of looks into business expansion and looks into kind of finances of the company, and he is the one who is like very kind of pushy towards like that. Yes, we need growth. People look up to him when it comes to find of motivation, how things are done. He's still very hands on.
I'm glad you and him make such a good team. Like besides you and Ritesh, can you paint me a picture of your team size and how things are structured at Zoop.one?
So we are a strong 70 people team now. Okay. So when we started, we were a 3 people team, Ritesh, me, and intern. So good to say that we are a 70 people team now today. So the team is structured into as according to our verticals. So there is a Zoop Sign team, which is led by Harsh and Ritesh, right? So they are actually a very core part of our strategy team also, right? So they run the Zoop Sign show today. Okay, and Zoop Wallet is another separate team which kind of focuses on Zoop Wallet itself, and then we have a stack team which focus, and then there are combined teams, for example, platform team and a machine learning team. So that's how the teams are structured, and then there are business and design and marketing teams that are there. So if I talk about how the division is, so I'd say 60% of the people are tech, and 20% I would say is business, and 20% would be design and marketing.
Are there any specific roles that you are actively looking to bring on board for any of the verticals?
Right now, for the complete platform team, we are looking to definitely bring a security operations person into the place, because as we are going for more certifications, ISO is already kind of in progress. We'll soon go for SOC 2, and we'll soon go for GDPR also. So we are looking for security personnel to kind of join the team. And from a business point of view, we are also hiring for an enterprise sales manager.
Great. Well, this has been great, Vijay. Before we wrap up, could you give us a sneak peek into what's on the horizon for Zoop.one in the next 12 months? Like, what are you most looking forward to?
So I think what we are actually looking forward to is proving in the market what we are trying to do with Zoop Sign and Zoop Wallet, and what also is one of our big focus is in Stack itself. We are targeting 100% growth. I know it's a kind of a strong target for ourselves, but that's the kind of mindset we have to keep, right? So we are targeting kind of a fast growth in the Stack business also, and that's how all of the initiatives are kind of structured today. When I talk about new products that we are planning in the 12 months, definitely AI is going to be a big focus in the wallet and Sign both, and a global expansion in terms of Sign is something that we are looking forward to. Yeah.
Well, I hope we get to discuss all your accomplishments here, right on Follow Startup. Um,
Yeah.
so, Vijay, if I ask you to take a moment to reflect back, what would you pinpoint as the top three factors that have played a pivotal role in your success?
Yeah. So first, I think definitely is the team. So I think for every startup, what matters the most is finding the right set of people, right? So we had this Zoop Sign thing in the mind for a long time, right? So we wanted to build a platform like that, but we were just waiting for the right people to kind of come on board. So that's when it happened. We were able to kind of create that. So I would say getting the right people, building the right team is definitely kind of has helped us. The second thing would be to have kind of an very tech driven innovative culture within the company where you have the liberty to kind of experiment, you have the liberty to take ownership of things and try to kind of implement new things within the company. So definitely that has helped us build new products faster, right? Another thing is I'd say is the growth mindset that the whole kind of company has, right? Towards what we are trying to solve, right? It's not an easy problem. So definitely, it's a matter of trust also. In Zoop Wallet, we want to, even as ourselves, right? We want to people to trust that Zoop Wallet is something which is trying to help them utilize their data better, right? It's a consent-driven platform where their consent is kept on priority before even businesses today, right? So that's where solving for trust and all requires kind of a very kind of good mindset from the team itself, that okay, we are creating for the individuals, we are creating for to solve a very complex problem, and we always need to have that growth mindset, that okay, this is how we grow faster and this is how we bring solutions to the market faster.
So, Vijay, considering that we have plans to promote this video to large enterprises, investors, tech giants, and a broader ecosystem altogether, is there anything specific that you'd like to mention for potential collaborators or support?
Yeah, so I would say, as I said, right, we are a very horizontal platform. So if there are any system integrators who are looking to enable these services, right, we can definitely partner with them. In Zoop Wallet, I would say we are definitely starting to look for partners to come on board so that they can get the benefit of the user base that we have built, and users can also get benefit of getting their services in single click, right? We're already talking to some such partners so that Visa can be applied in a single click if possible, and credit cards can be applied in a single click if possible, right? Even upskilling of education has come up as it was a surprise use case for us that came into picture, where we started talking to a company and they were like, there are lots of internships on my platform and there are a lot of students on your platform. Why can't they just in one click submit their 10 12th mark sheet and this and apply for internships here, right? So the idea is to actually build a horizontal platform for these companies so that they can start utilizing our user base and give services to them by integrating with the wallet. So that's there, and I think we are looking forward to kind of grow really fast. So definitely, we are talking to investors also. So if anyone kind of interested in having that conversation, so we are very open to that.
Amazing. Well, I'm honestly thrilled about the exciting things that lie ahead for you. So, Vijay, before we wrap up, let's start with a concluding round. It's a quick rapid fire round. Are you ready?
Yes,
Okay.
let's do it.
So, starting off, a book that has had a major influence on your journey.
I think 0 to 1. I was usually a very big fiction reader actually, but then I came across 0 to 1, and that kind of gave me a perspective that taking that leap to get your first customer, and that will give you a lot of confidence to kind of go ahead from that. And trying to do two startups while being at a job, this time that kind of helped me go beyond that and leave the job and start this company with Ritesh, right? And definitely it has been the initial book that has helped me, and from then itself I think I have become a fan of reading nonfiction.
And it has worked for you quite well. Okay, question number two. A productivity tool or app that you can't live without.
I would say Notion. So we don't use Notion in office, but I use it personally a lot
Hmm.
to organize my tasks, and because there's a lot of things happening within the company, so I also need to keep track of where I want to contribute, how do I want to contribute there, right, and what things I need to keep tab on.
Yes.
So definitely Notion helps me there, and it also helps me kind of manage my personal life, health, all at one place.
Question number three. A fun fact about you that most people don't know.
If not this startup, I might have gotten into photography. I started doing some kind of paid gigs when being at my previous job, and I thought like it was something that I was really interested in. And then I had like eternal love for technology also. So yeah, it shifted toward tech finally.
Okay. Question number four. A quote that you live by, a quotation.
There are no shortcuts to success. I think that is one thing that I've learned, uh, and I've started to live it. So you have to put in the work, right? That's much needed. you will definitely get a lot of opportunities that you can grab onto, but I don't relate it with luck. It's like the right timing
Yeah.
that where you see things and you grab things, right? So yes, definitely there are no shortcuts there, and you have to kind of grease yourselves at some point.
Absolutely. So, what's your piece of advice for the young minds that are watching this video?
I'd say if you're in kind of at an early stage of your career, right, focus on learning more than kind of getting into the journey of like, okay, X package, Y package, and all those things, right? I would say focus how much you learn at an early phase. It will help you kind of understand what all is possible when you use your skill set, right? You can actually create products, you can create businesses, you can get into marketing. So there's a lot of explore a lot of things and you'll find what interests you. So as young minds, I would say definitely try to explore different areas, learn more, try different jobs if needed. And I actually made that mistake myself. So I learned it that um, we need to, we as kind of individuals, right, always have to upskill ourselves
Hmm.
and always have to find that next skill set that kind of helps us grow, not just in our kind of work life, but also how do you kind of grow yourself holistically in terms of different other things, how you look at things, how you read, how you kind of write, and all those things also matter. Yeah,
Well, that's a great advice. Thank you so much, Vijay, for doing this with me today. I hope this was worthy of your time. So,
definitely I had fun kind of
so
talking
one
about
last
this.
question before I let you go. Okay, so I want you to make a wish for your startup that you hope comes true in the near future. Make a wish out loud.
So one of the wish that I want kind of for my startup that I want to it to succeed in the near future is to make our products global. So I want to see Zoop solving problems for global audiences, specifically in sign and wallet. That is something that we really want to see. That the people are understanding the value of these systems globally.
Here's to Zoop.one shaping a safer and a smoother identity journey for all of us. All the very best, Vijay.
Thanks, Ankita. Thanks for having this conversation today.
If you'd like to stay updated with the latest developments and business insights from Zoop.one, make sure to follow their channel on follow.us/startups. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for the next exciting conversation.